What's happening, guys? I know the fight was over this past weekend. Didn't have time to make that video for the recap, but we're gonna do it right now. Dude, that was some crazy fight, man. How about that, man? Paige VanZant's first return to the octagon, fighting Becky Rawlings. Man, that was a great fight too, man. Definitely back and forth, and I think she was trying to shake off some of that ring rust. Because during those exchanges, with those hand exchanges, I think Becca was trying to get the better of her in those exchanges until she felt comfortable. She was catching her range, but she was still getting hit by Beck Rawlings, man. But you know what surprised me the most? She was switching up. She evolved in the sport. She changed up her fighting style too. So that was pretty unique. It was like, I saw her evolution into the MMA. Evolution as far as, fighting style. Definitely what surprised me was those switch kicks, man. I didn't expect that from Paige VanZant. Dude, and guess what? She clipped her with that switch kick, man, straight to the face. And ultimately got her to finish over Beck Rawlings. So congrats. Welcome back, Paige VanZant. And on to the next one, man. We'll see who they put you up against. I think you should get a rematch against Thug Rose, man. I think I would like to see that rematch. Definitely, that should be an exciting rematch too, since Rose just came off a loss too. But anything else, okay, one thing I could tell you guys that anytime when you lose, okay, it's never a bad thing, guys. It's actually a good thing because it actually wakes you up and you find out who you really are when you take that loss. And not only that, you get back into like a refocus mode. What do you really want? Why you keep fighting? It's one of those things. It's a mental game after that, after you take your loss. That's when you make an adjustment. And just to let you guys know, if you're a fighter, not every fighter is a great fighter. I'll be honest with you guys. Let me tell you what's a great fighter. Okay, one that overcomes, one that perseveres, and one while during the fight, when you have a great fighter, or if you're a great fighter yourself, when you make adjustments during the fight. Because if your game plan's not working, that's when you make the adjustment. That's how you know if you're a great fighter. If you're not, if you're a coach, you have a great fighter on your hands. That's what makes you a great fighter. When you make those adjustments, when you persevere, you're in it to win it. That's what it is, guys. You're going all out, putting everything on the line. I'm sure you guys heard that a few times. Anyways, let's get to Anthony Pettis and Oliveira. Dude, that fight was crazy, man. Like I said, this is Pettis' first, debut in 145 pounds. So he kind of gassed himself out, man. He was catching Oliveira with those leg kicks, man. Some heavy leg kicks to the ribs, man. And pretty much dropped him. And he tried to finish him in the first round, but he pretty much gassed out. Because, guys, when you drop, you're 155. So I'm sure Pettis walks around at probably like 160, maybe 162, and you're dropping down to 145. Guys, 10 pounds make a big difference, especially, right before you weigh in, you got to get down to 145, then you rehydrate. Dude, you know how much toll your body goes through just to make that weight cut? But, it's good that Anthony Pettis has that body frame, so he could cut that, because I think, I think 145 is good for him. And, he wasn't too bad at 155, but the guys he was fighting at 155 were big jokers, man. But anyways, he's actually small for the 155 division, I'll be honest with you, because his body frame. But anyways, Pettis is successful. His striking, that's what made the big difference. And Oliveira, that's not an easy fight, man. They're both scrappers. Oliveira came to bring it. He brought it to Pettis because, he could have got finished in the first round. He never gave up. Man, he kept grinding. Second round, it was good. He started coming back to life. He knew Pettis was kind of gassed. Got down to the ground. Like I said, he's a really good grappler. He's a good BJJ guy. He took Pettis down to the ground. And guys, man, Pettis' Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is underrated. And nobody expected that. Everybody thought, like, if he gets onto the ground, it's Oliveira. You know what I mean? He allowed Oliveira to take him down to the ground. And he pretty much practiced with his coaches in all those different types of situations. He overcome it, man. He pretty much was on his back. If not, Oliveira had his back. He waited for the right moment to turn over to get, into the full guard. And guys, like I said, Anthony Pettis' BJJ is underrated. But now you guys know he has the ground game covered as well. So I think it's gonna be a very interesting see who is his next fight in 145. But Oliveira, I'll give him credit. A lot of heart. And he never gave up, especially after the first round, man. He got kicked so hard, he just dropped, fell backwards, and he said, all right, come on down to my world. But little did he know, Pettis was polished. He was ready to go, man. Anywhere you want to fight, he was ready. You know, and you know, not only that, and you know, Pettis got the submission too for the guillotine. So, you know, that just goes to show you, man, this is a high class Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner. And he submitted him. So you know what? Congrats to Pettis, Oliveira. Great fight, dude. You know what I mean? I gotta give you a lot of respect, man. You got a lot of heart, man. So you know, on to the next one for him as well. But definitely, I wonder who UFC is gonna put Pettis up against. You know, I would like, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know. Just my thought. I would like to see him fight Max Holloway. That'd be a good fight. But you know, Max right now he's actually you know, asking for the title shot. It doesn't matter if it's Conor McGregor. Doesn't matter if Jose Aldo. He wants that title shot because he has a 7-fight win streak, I believe, or maybe more, maybe 9. I'm not too sure, but he has a lot of fights under his belt that he's winning right now. So I think maybe 9-fight win streak, to be honest with you. But definitely, man, interesting 145-pound weight division. You know, there are a lot of killers in that division as well. There's especially a top 5, man. Top 5, top 10. All right, now let's get down to the main event. These two guys, man. Dude, it was just over just like that, man. I think, what was that, less than 2 minutes? Dude, this is one dangerous joker, man. Especially with the grappling, man, with his wrestling. Before, when he was fighting at 185, he was just a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guy. Now he's mixing things up with his striking. He's worked on his wrestling, so he's more a well-rounded fighter. Dude, you guys seen, like, he just pretty much, you know, submitted Carlos Condit. Not too many people could do that. I think this is his first time he got submitted, guys. Dude, he did it with ease, man. Took him down to the ground. Man, you know, I was like, so quick. Dude, like what I said, dude, I don't know what to say. You know, I know a lot of people out there don't like Demian Maia because he's a boring fighter. But you got to give credit when credit's due, guys. Man, he finished Carlos Condit. And you guys know the natural born killer ain't no slouch either. He came to fight. This guy came to win. And that's what happens, guys. And I told you, if you guys see my review, and me personally, I like Carlos Condit. I love him, man, as a fighter. He did, you know, he accomplished a lot from WEC to coming to UFC, interim belt. He was a champion WEC. But I think he just had too many wars in him. I think he needs time to recover mentally and physically. And I think that's what happened in this fight, man. It's always the next fight, 3 months later, 4 months. Dude, you need, you know, Carlos, you know, give yourself some time to heal mentally and physically, man. Then when you're ready to come back, you know, come in here and handle this guy right here. If not, whoever has the belt, man, you got to go in there and handle that ass. You know? But anyways, guys, congrats to Demian Maia, Pettis, and Paige VanZant. And, you know, Joe Lozon and Jim Miller. Man, that was a crazy fight, guys. Dude, back and forth, man. I think that was an exciting fight to me. Even though I picked J Lau, you know, congrats to Miller, man. Dude, let me say, man, Miller's been fighting for a while now. He said he's fighting like his old self, you know what I mean? So, you know, that's what I like to see, man. He's ready to throw in the towel before this, like, you know, this past couple fights he had. And he's ready to quit MMA. So, but now he kind of ignited that fire. He's back in the gym training like he normally do. So, you know, like what I say, once you take a loss, this is when you really find yourself, man. Are you a truly, you know what I mean? You're thinking about it. Are you a truly a fighter? You know, what do you see? Can you see yourself keep going and fighting and losing? You know, that takes a mental game, guys. And Carlos Condit, that's what he's going to go through right now. And this is where you need time for yourself to kind of, you know, refocus, rethink. You know, do you really want to keep doing this? Or I think this is what happens, man. I think kind of he defeated himself mentally. And, you know, and Demian Maia came in mentally strong. He wanted that belt. And, you know, he wants to be a UFC world champion. So he couldn't do it at 185. Now he's down at 170, making that his mission, you know. All right. So, but anyways, guys, you know, this is what it is, man. That's the recap. Also, I just want to bring up some news as well too, as far as like what's going on in the UFC. Definitely, you know, one right now, even though he won right now, still up in the air. You know, Tyrone Woodley. They still haven't had announced officially who's his next opponent. Because after Demian Maia's performance like that, so who's going to get it? Steve Wonderboy or Demian Maia? You know, this is crazy. You know, it's still up for grabs. But, you know, Tyrone Woodley, he wants to fight GSP because he wants to make the big money. All right, guys? But you guys can't be mad at Tyrone Woodley because in this sport, you only have X amount of, you know, you only got maybe 2 good runs to be in that championship or even hold the belt, if not making the serious money, man. So if you have the belt, you want to make the most money as you can while you hold that belt. So I think what makes sense for Tyron Woodley, he said he would want to fight somebody that brings in the big bucks, which is GSP and Nick. So one of those two that he's trying to petition for, he wants to fight those guys because he wants that money. And I don't blame him too, guys, because it takes wear and tear on your body, guys. And I'll be honest with you. You know what? Now's the time for you to make money. Alright, guys? But definitely Tyron Woodley, chosen one. He knocked out Robbie Lawler too, so, not too many people did that to Robbie, so I guess he got first choice now. So he wants to make the money. I can't be mad at him. Another thing, I was just reading in the news, and if not social media, Luke Rockhold, I guess he's kind of taking a step back into fighting, because they really don't announce when his next fight, or from what I'm hearing and what I read so far, right now he's saying that he could get 2 big contracts for modeling, guys, making big bucks, making a big payday. So leave the comment down below what you guys think, man, because he says he puts a lot of wear and tear on his body just to keep fighting and stuff like that, and he's not gonna make as much money as modeling wise. So leave your comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. He should go to modeling and fight in the same time, or just focus on modeling and make the big bucks. You know what I mean? So that's what's in the news right now. You guys could check it out, check his social media stuff. But definitely, and he's also dating Demi Lovato too. So can't go wrong with that, man. You're gonna get paid from two big brands that want to set you up to be their models, making a lot of money. Or you could get back in there and start ranking up again on 185. See who's your next fight. But definitely, that's the news so far, guys. As always, guys, leave your comments down below. Let me know what you guys thoughts about the UFC fight night. Between those 3 matches actually 4 matches I talked about, and also who's Tyron Woodley. Does he have the right to say who he should fight next, or is it the UFC's decision to put whoever's in front of him? So one hand, UFC. All right, you made your ranking. You undefeated. You went 5-fight win streak, 6-fight now for Demian Maia. Who's gonna get it? Stephen Wonderboy or Demian Maia, or Tyron Woodley should have a right to choose who he should fight next. All right, and Pettis, let me know what you guys think about Anthony Pettis' performance, and let me know who you think his next fight should be. And Paige VanZant, I'm petitioning for a rematch for the Thug Rose Namajunas. And also for Jim Miller, congrats, man. Happy to see you back, buddy. But anyways, guys, leave your comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit that thumbs up as well. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.